Welcome to the very first of our podcast series. It's called The Green Couch with Wadi Ishaku. I'm your host, and with me today I have two lovely guests, my colleagues, beautiful women with me here, Mrs. Chinyere and Mrs. Joy, and they'll introduce themselves now.
My name is Mrs. Beauty Chinedi. I'm glad to be here.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Joy Esekaibe. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much and welcome to the studio. Thanks for joining me. Today, as you all know, we're celebrating the International Women's Day. So I'll start by saying Happy International Women's Day to all of our beautiful women, achieving women, working mothers, and our beautiful women here in the studio, and to me, of course. Thank you very much, ladies. Thanks for joining me.
For having us.
So this year's theme is Inspire Inclusion, especially for economic development, including women in policy making. But we're not going to go into deep stuff like that. As we know, 2024 is a soft year. So we're just going to be asking and tackling the soft questions like how we take care of ourselves, how we make sure our mental well-being is in check, and how we make sure that we show up every day prepared and we stand on business like we say on social media in 2024 this year. But before we get into, what we do to kind of prepare for work every day and how we show up, I'd like to ask first if you care to share any personal experiences you have as a female, if you've had any experience with fitting into a position because you're female. Have you had any experience like that where you have to do anything extra to be seen or to be noticed or to be,
All right. Let me share my personal experience where being a woman actually limited me from doing certain things. I remember working in a certain company. That was some years back, actually a power plant. In that company, it's not as if it's a policy thing, but I remember trying to enter inside the power plant, fully kitted in my PPE. Mm-hmm. I went inside. The reaction I got was like, what? What are you doing inside power plant? No, we don't need you here. You are going to distract us, C-shape, all these things. Why looking at you?
Can you imagine?
We are going to hit ourselves with hammer. At some point, I thought they were kidding.
So you're a walking hazard.
I'm telling you, they were actually indirectly referring to me as hazard. They said, no, I would distract them. At some point, I was like, okay, to avoid distracting them, I had to leave, That was the reaction I got from them as a woman. Being a woman actually made them not to see me as part of them in that field.
Yes. So did that affect productivity for you? Did that affect you in any way?
It didn't. I felt like, okay, they were not used to seeing women in the power plant. But I never hesitated. I wasn't discouraged. I kept pushing. At some point, they got used to the fact that even if I'm a woman, I can be there with them.
Exactly.
So
standing on
I
business.
started going to site. They got used to it. At some point, they'll be like, Beauty, let's enter plants. I will go there with them, do the job, and we'll deliver. Yeah, thank you.
Nice one. Thank you very much. What about you, Mrs. Joy? Do you have any experience you'd like to share with us?
To be honest, I don't really have any personal experience that I can remember right now, but I can say I have seen such gender bias persist, and I have to say it's very sad, to be honest. And what that can only do is to hinder growth and hinder the person's confidence. So we need to do better.
Yeah, absolutely. Still touching on that, what are some of the ways you think women can receive support for economic empowerment?
Okay, first of all, I think the most important of all should be access to quality education. Women should be able to gain knowledge and prerequisite skills that will set them in the limelight in the labor market. I think another way should be to create legal protection, maybe establish some form of agency. I know they already exist, but maybe we need more that will protect women's rights, protect women who have been abused, women who have been harassed, Maybe we also need to have a form of rehabilitation center or a school where women could go to and feel like this is their safe haven, where they could go to without being judged or being spoken to like this thing that happened to them was their fault or whatever. So just where they could share their experiences, express their pain, their frustrations, and feel liberated, basically.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Coming to Mrs. Beauty, you've shared your experience already with the power plants and how they already, did the Coke bottle analysis for you. What were some of the things that you had to do to remain relevant to show them that you're here for work, like you're equal, you're here for business?
Okay, in that aspect, what I did was I became so focused on my work, so diligent and resourceful. And whenever I'm given any task to do, I was just deliver.
So, like I asked Mrs. Joy also, like, what are some of the ways you think women can be supported in a corporate setting?
All right. I would say the societies should see women as human. They should not see us as women. They should look beyond our gender. Once this happens, I think we'll be able to have opportunity to express ourselves because women, we are very resourceful.
Yeah.
But when they keep seeing us as women, there are limits they will place us on. But I would just say the society can support us by seeing us as human, not women. They should remove that gender mindset because we have great women. We have so many educated women in the society. Okay, let me just give a name. Somebody like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She's the managing director of WTO. She's a woman. We have somebody like Dupe Olushola, the MD of Transcorp Hotel PLC. She's a woman. Imagine if women are given more support, more opportunity, more empowerment, we will do more in this society.
Yeah.
So I would just say they should stop looking at us as women. They should see us as human, and they allow us to express ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Beauty. Your response was very, very inspiring. I felt like I was sitting in a conference. Okay, so enough with the heavy. Now we're going to go to the light. We're going to talk about how we take care of ourselves as women. I mean, look at you women. So I'd like to know, what are some of the ways you de-stress when you've gone home and you've had a long day and you need to refresh for the next day? Like, what do you do? Talk me through your routine.
Okay. Personally, when I get home, I get into the shower, I do my whole skincare routine, my vitamin C. I don't miss it every day. It's a
She
must.
doesn't miss her
So
vitamin
after
C.
that, when I'm very stressed, maybe towards the end of the month, not every day, I could go for like a solo spa date, or I could just unwind by opening a bottle of wine and just binging on Netflix shows the entire weekend. So that helps me stay sane in this crazy environment that we're in.
Absolutely. What about you, Mrs. Beauty?
Yeah, in my own case, when I feel stressed, I talk to a loved one. Then, after talking to a loved one, the next thing I do is probably listen to music because music have a way of calming me down,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially blues.
Okay. So you're more on the romantic
Yeah,
side.
that's me.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
me.
Okay. Speaking about music, do you have any song you like to listen to relax you or to just set you in the mood, like when you need to go to work and you just need a boost of confidence?
Yeah, okay. I have so many of them. Then I would say one music I love listening to is "God Is a Woman" by Ariana Grande.
Okay.
It makes me feel good, like God is actually a woman, not a man.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Mrs. Joy? Do you have any song or genre that you gravitate towards to relax or just to, again, boost your
Yeah.
confidence?
I would say I like this song Fire by Alicia Keys, but one that really resonates with me is one by Rachel Platten, Fight Song. I think this is my fight song.
Oh,
Make a mess
yes,
song.
that song
So
trended
it
on
makes me feel
Instagram.
strong, like I can conquer the world at that point. So
Yeah.
I really like that song. That was one song for me.
Yeah, okay. Well, since you guys did not ask me, I'm still going to answer and give you guys my
Yeah.
own song.
Yeah.
Actually, what song do I listen to when I need a boost of confidence? I'm a local girl. I like our local
Yeah.
songs. You
Sounds
see,
good.
Flavor. Any song Flavor releases is going to boost my
It's your jam.
confidence.
Yeah.
By the time you listen to some Igbo chants, I'm
Agbabo.
not even Igbo. By the time you listen to some Igbo chants, you'll be feeling like Asa
Asam
Odogu.
Pepe.
Hey, madam. So basically, any song with flavor, any local song. I'm not a local girl, but I love local music. I like our songs. So if you could invent a new holiday to celebrate women, what would it be and how would it be celebrated?
Um, for me, the day should be called Women Appreciation Day, especially for women. The men in their lives, both husband, brothers, whatever, whoever. That very day will be dedicated to a woman. Women Appreciation Day. That very day, you will take the woman out. Post her in all social media.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm blushing. Post her in all social
She's
media.
blushing already.
I can imagine. I'm beginning to imagine how that day will look like, Then make her know how you feel about her, how
Yeah.
special she is. Appreciate her efforts, her support. Let the world know that she's the woman in your life and you really appreciate her. Then buy her a special gift. For me, I think that day should be
Nice.
invented. Women Appreciation Day.
I hope men are listening. I hope they are listening. Women are giving you tips for 2024. What about you, Mrs. Joy?
I think I'll call it Gratitude Her Day, or I'll call it Honoring Her Rose. And it will be a day where women who have contributed their own quota to empowering women, fighting for women, making sure women thrive in the society. I think it will be a day where you just, appreciate all of them, thank them for all their contributions and all that. And also, it will be a day where men would genuinely have to appreciate women in their lives, like any woman who has contributed to your life positively, who has positively impacted your life in any form of way. It could be your significant other, it could be your boss at work. If you can't buy flowers, no problem. Words of affirmation, go to her and thank her for her contributions to the organization, her contributions to the department. Your partner, thank her for carrying the whole family on her back, taking care of you, taking care of the family, just appreciate in general. So that would be it for me.
What's crazy is Mrs. Beauty said, "Oh, I'm not a speaker, I'm not a this, I'm not a this." Sorry, Mrs. Joy. And she's here giving us all of these tips, like just speaking as if she's Minister of Women Affairs. But we're just going to leave that on the
Oh
side.
my God.
I would also pick an appreciation day for women. I think women are used to being strong and carrying so much.
Yeah.
So I'll actually like to see a proper holiday where women on a weekday, on a work day, you can have maybe half day of work at office and you can go home, just rest, do your hair, take care of your children, go to spa, take your kids out, take your husband out, take your spouse
100%.
out. Anything really, just
100%, we're all
that
for
day
it.
is for you to do anything you want to do. It's like a gate pass, how do I even say this? It's like your free day off work.
Just
Yeah.
a
No
free
work for
ticket.
it's a work day. Oh. You are
Yes.
supposed to be at work. Maybe
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But you know what? My office has decided I can stay at home today and take care of myself. I think I would
Just being
appreciate
a woman, you get that
just
ticket.
be it could even be fall at that time of the month when your energy is low
Yeah.
and you just want to be. You just want to relax.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to see something like that. Or at least maybe some kind of leave for you when when it's that time of the month, even if it's the first 2 days.
And I feel another beautiful way to support women will be to, maybe extend the maternity leave period to 6 months. I mean, in NDPHC here, they already give women, they've done a beautiful thing by giving women the grace of resuming an hour late and closing an hour early. That's like a very welcome development. But when a woman gives birth, it takes a lot of toll on her body. So having to live with the guilt of leaving a newborn at home and coming to work it won't just it will impact her daily activities at work. She won't be able to function properly, and then she has to pump, to be able to still breastfeed the child at night and all that. So just making maternity leave 6 months on its own, it's a very positive way to support women, in my opinion.
I think NDPHC is doing well already because we do have a working
Yeah.
crèche, an active crèche where mothers, fathers too, can drop their children. Mrs. Beauty, is there anything you'd like to add in terms of support, especially from NDPHC? How would you like to see NDPHC support working mothers, working women, or women with special needs?
Um, like she already said, NDPHC, they are trying. They are doing great job already. Um, in regards to what she said, extending the maternity leave would actually go a long way, helping us to bond very well with our newborn. You know, you know how it feels like I just put to bed and I'm leaving the baby to work. Sometimes you feel like I'm choosing money over my child.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will just plead. They're already doing well. If
Exceptionally
the
well, I must say.
yeah, if the maternity leave could be extended, we would appreciate that. Thank you.
It will be appreciated. I don't have children yet, but it will be nice if by the time I have kids, I can spend 1 year with my newborn. It will be amazing. Okay, so moving on. I think we've come to the end of this podcast. But before I let you guys go, I would like to ask you one more question. So, do you have any staff in the organization? We're bringing it back to NDPHC. Forget about Celine Dion, Mrs. Ngozi, Pamela Harris. Let's forget about all of them. Let's come back to NDPHC. Is there any woman you like to personally celebrate on this special day, or that you just admire and you've never really spoken to? Maybe you've never said hi to that person, like you just see this person in the elevator from afar and you admire the way she walks, the way she dresses, the way she carries herself. This is your opportunity to send a secret love letter. Mrs. Beauty, I'll start with you first.
Yeah, I actually have lots of them. So many women in this organization I would love to appreciate. I'll start with our amiable EDCS in the person of Mrs. Nkechi Nyeremba. She's a great woman. I love her. Then I would also want to appreciate Dr. Pamela Anna, GM, admin at HSC department. Then Madam Titi, Madam Famata, Madam Uche, HR, Fumi, and Madam Ebi Liga. I love you guys so much. And to Madam Ifi Liga, I love you so much, ma. To the lovely ladies here with me, Wadi, Joy, and Temi, I love you guys.
Personally, I admire Mrs. Olufunke Owankwo. Woo! Her poise, her charisma, I have to say she carries herself pretty well. So, and then to other ladies also, my colleagues, Mrs. Aisha McCarthy, Mrs. Adeze Osai, and the beautiful ladies here, Wadi, Temi, Beauty. Shout out to you guys. You guys are lovely women.
In light of celebrating the women in our organization, we'd also like to say a very big thank you and a special shout out to all of the male colleagues who have supported us in various ways in the organization. Our MD CEO, Mr. Chiedugo, thank you very much for your support. And to all of our executive directors, thank you so much. We see what you do and we appreciate you. And of course, to the people who are behind this production, our head of department, Mr. Emmanuel Ojo, and of course, my director, who is breathing down my neck at this moment, Mr. Olayinka Awolowo. Thank you so much for all of your support. We see all that you do. We appreciate you. And we welcome more love. Keep sending the love and support. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you.